This is our Hot Luck video, as you can see on that little sticker. Hot Luck 23. These chucks were brought to us by Creek Stone, one of the very generous sponsors of the festival. We are in the process of testing out a bunch of new sliced beef from brick and mortar, for the brick and mortar. So you guys just recently saw the Troubadour Claude video. Now we are testing out some chucks, some sliced chuck roll. So the chuck roll is essentially a muscle from the shoulder, and part of it has an extension of the ribeye muscle. It's what a lot of people call the Delmonico. And really what I'm going to do on trimming here is just try to not really isolate that muscle, but like trim some of the stuff off the sides away from the muscle. This is kind of the top, quote unquote, we call the top. I want to clean off the top just to kind of make sure that there's nothing on there that's loose or fatty or just like one weird kind of flappy muscle that's gonna just kind of fall off after things are rendered. So if everything looks kind of like one piece and a cohesive piece, I feel pretty good. You can see this big muscle that I just kind of like pointed out and isolated there. This is essentially the money muscle of the beef, or the copa of the beef. If you know anything about the copa or the money muscle or competition barbecue, you know that that is a really prized piece in barbecue. It's just a big collection of muscles put together by a bunch of connective tissue. It's some of the best pieces on a pork steak. It is just one of the best pieces on the pig, and then we thought it would be one of the best pieces on the cow, and it turns out we were right. So really, you can see I'm not really isolating this muscle as much as I am just trying to trim the stuff away from the sides of it, and then we're going to kind of square it off on either side. And then after that, I'm just going to cut it in half, because this piece by itself, how big it is just a little bit unwieldy. So looks really good right now. Just kind of seeing if there's anything else I need to trim off, maybe taking off just a little bit of that extra stuff over there, a little bit of this over here. Just giving it a little bit of a TJ, a trim job. And I'm pretty happy with this, as you can see, and we'll cut it in half, and boom. Look at that grouping of muscles, all that intramuscular fat. Stay tuned later in the video when you see the cooked version of this at Hot Luck. So now, going really fast, gonna just trim up all the other extra scraps. We're either gonna use this for a beef sausage or for some burgers, and everything's just gonna be really good. Gonna go ahead and get these guys seasoned up as well. This is our Dalmatian rub. We're seasoning these way ahead of time and wrapping them up in plastic just like a day or two ahead of time. Really kind of let that seasoning penetrate, let that salt penetrate. We're gonna go through the seasoning process, or sorry, the trimming process of this one more time. Kind of cut up all the scraps, try to isolate, not isolate the muscle, but really just get the other kind of stuff out of the way. What we want to do when we're trimming anything is think about the final product on the block, and we want a nice kind of like small, like essentially the size of a bun is what we're looking for a slice. We want to be able to cut it about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick, and then that to be between a 1/4 or a 1/2 pound. So that's kind of what we're looking for whenever we're trimming anything. Alright, it's time to get our chucks on the smoker. So I've got on the, obviously starting really, really low, super early in the morning. I just lit this fire. All the chuck pieces on the left, all of the scraps and stuff kind of spread out like we were cooking barbacoa. My idea was to cook the pieces to braise, or sorry, to cook the pieces to a slice texture, and then all the chunks to a braise texture. And we've got kind of a small fire to start out with. You know, like I said, we really just kind of started this thing, just getting it going. And after a couple hours, things are starting to take on color, things are starting to take on crust. Everything's looking really good, feeling great about it all. And come back a little bit later, it's time to wrap. We rocked these pretty low like a brisket, then started to creep up the heat a little bit. Just gonna wrap these in paper. Since they don't have a big fat cap on them, we really want to hold moisture against the outside of them. That's why we're wrapping in paper, since they don't have a fat cap like a brisket. If they had a fat cap, you know we'd be putting it in that foil boat. Kevin, looking on. Always clean down your station. All right, after they were about 140, crusted up, didn't want them to get too hot. Time to check them. They went back on the pit. Paper has absorbed a little bit of fat and juices. It's time to check them out. They're probably in the 160 range. And we want to take these off, and we're going to put them in the cook and hold for a couple hours and then hold them. You could alternatively keep them on the pit for another couple hours till they reach about 175, 180. I think we want to finish these about 185, 190. So under what we want a brisket. Brisket's around 200 to finish temperature, but these things we want just a little bit tighter than that. We want just for it to hold up a little bit more structure than that. So going in the cook and hold, about 250 for about 2 hours more. And then they are resting at 140 after that. Okay, on to making some salsa macha. Bromley very kindly ground up a bunch of red chilies and garlic for us. That went into a big tub of some ground pecans and sesame seeds. I heated up this oil really hot, and then we are just pouring this over here. So you can see a little sizzle when it hits it, and that's exactly what we want. We want this hot oil to toast everything. It's already taken on that beautiful color. Going in with a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of fish sauce, and a little bit of LeRoy's seasoning, a little spicy, little MSG. And now it's time for the festival. It's Hot Luck 2023. We're here at Franklin Barbecue. This is Aaron Franklin's festival. We were lucky enough to be invited for the second time to do Hot Luck this year. Tomorrow, Bradley and I are going to Montana, so we have to do the Thursday event this year. So we're here. It's the big kickoff. Hot Luck is called Hi, How Are You? It's, you know, the meet and greet. We know all about the meet and greet from New School Barbecue U. We are serving today a sliced beef chuck. So we've essentially taken what is the copa of the beef. We take the money muscle out of the pork. We're doing the exact same thing with the beef. Take the copa out of the whole chuck. We season it with salt and pepper, heavy Dalmatian rub, just like we do. We cooked it offset. We did something different since it doesn't have a really good fat cap. We paper wrapped it, toweled it, paper wrapped it, and then finished it right around 175, 180. It finished temp-wise around 185, 190. We're slicing it. We also have some chopped. We made a salsa macha. It's salsa macha season. We're finishing with a little micro arugula. The whole team is here. Hot Luck 23. We love being a part of this festival. It's one of the best in town. Excellent food, excellent music, excellent chefs from all over the country. What more could you want?
What is it again?
Chuck, shoulder.
Chuck.
Beef shoulder. Hot Luck chuck. So these are all the scraps from the trim of the chuck. We smoked them like we do in our barbacoa on the offset until they got kind of crusty and smoky, and then put them all into essentially a braise. We didn't confit this, but I put a mix of both of our barbecue sauces, some soy sauce, and some garlic in here, and some of our LeRoy seasoning, which is like seasoned salt with MSG and sugar and habanero powder. So this, it's not gonna be spicy, but hopefully nice and sweet, smoky, seasoned perfectly, delicious. It's chopped beef.
Thanks, buddy. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
What do you got here?
So this is a type of crab that I don't know how to describe or pronounce. I mean, made a push pop, and it's all Todd. You should have asked Todd. I'm just eating it. It's delicious. That's the answer.
Great.
Yeah. As fine as you go.
Oh, good. It's so good.
Unbelievable.
What is it? Does it push, or do I just like suck it out? Oh wow, that's very good.
I would eat that entire plate.
I might just take a bunch of it. We're getting ready to put out our first tray here. We've got our sliced chuck pieces here. Look at how beautiful those look. We've got all of our chopped and pulled. Allison's coming in with the salsa macha, and then Kevin with the microgreens. Sliced and chopped beef shoulder, salsa macha, micro arugula. Great. Thank you. Thank you.
It's like watching ballet.
Have you ever done a dip?
Yeah, I've done a dip.
That's how much we want to put on there.
Dip, yes, sir.
Can you take a second just to appreciate how good this thing looks? I mean, It's exactly what we've always wanted. It's tender but yielding. It's got, you know, if you really wanted to, I could like poke all the way through it. It's just beautifully sliceable. And if we're talking about what you want from a piece of smoked barbecue, that's it right there, except for the fly.
One more.
I think the crab legs. I really like the crab legs designer bar. I'm gonna have that next. Yeah, there's also the sable fish from Petra and the Beast, which is in Dallas. It's really good. Chris Bianco is doing the pizza. It's a white pie, which I'm not normally a white pie gal, but it has pistachios and Parmesan on it.
Yeah.
Distant relatives, looking good.
So good. Last time we were with these guys, we were also with these guys, Franklin Barbecue, at the James Beard House.
Damn right.
I only remember about half that night, to be honest. It's going to be our setup for Texas Monthly Barbecue next year. Like, we should just put chopped barbecue here. Just going all in on it. That looks good as hell.
Those things are like super briny.
Oh, yeah. Slice the whole brisket. Go north.
Blindfolded or non-blindfolded?
Non-blindfolded.
Not as fast as him.
Look at that money. That's exactly what you want right here. I want to say one thing. Sammy. Brisket Sammy. It's not a sando.
I'm sorry.
It's not a sando. It's a Sammy. A little sandwich is a Sammy. It's not a sando.
What is a sando?
A sando is a dumb name. I don't like it. There's no O.
It's like how Australians put an E on the end. It's a Timmy.
Yeah, but they also put an IE or a Y on the end. Chuddy.
Everyone's been good so far. This is why. Good walking through.
So good. Sets in my hand. Little white wine, William Chris.
I'll try with you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Probably, how's the day been?
It's been good. I made 100 pounds of jalapeno cheese chorizo.
Like, aside from this event, that's what you did today?
And I baked cheesecakes and I cold smoked half of the hop sausage.
Welcome to my life, Circuit 2018.
It's a Fijis barbecue beef rib. There's a little, if you look closely, there the fly went away, but there's a little bit of roe on there. Little tiny baby delicious fish eggs. A little bit of noodle in there as well. Just gonna try to take a little bite here that's all beef and egg.
So it's like a steak and eggs dish.
It's so good.
Hey, it's banging like a storm door. They've never said that.
And it's working. Yeah, but until it's not. Yes.
Eric Warehouse.
Until you're addicted.
I mean, hey, there's eggs.
Go pull the Jack Jack. Irish goodbye. I don't know y'all anymore.
What was the best bite of the day?
Ooh. King crab.
King crab?
King crab, yeah.
Said like a true person that works on a barbecue food truck. Best bite of the day?
The king crab.
King crab was good. I had it 4 times. It's really hard to eat one-handed. Wow. I had also the crab from over there. I ate a lot of crab today, and I'm not mad about it.
Honorable mention, the rosé.
Bite of the night.
Honestly, the like beef rib noodle, like fish egg thing from Pages was incredible.
So good.
No surprise there. Both portions of crab legs. Very happy about that. Damien Brockway with the little like
Dude, the hot sauce brisket sandwich. I've never seen that before.
And then there's just oysters there. I didn't get to try pizza from Chris Bianco, but all of it was very good.
Go to Hot Luck next year. Don't miss out. We're great. Everybody else is great. Come. 24.
Thanks for having us out for Hot Luck, Aaron.
Oh, heck yeah.
How was it this year?
You know, I'm really proud of this year.
Yeah.
This was the smoothest, best, silkiest year we've ever had. Food was great. I think the best dish tonight was you guys.
Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just.
My favorite was yours.
Man, super good to have you guys, though. Thanks so much for hanging out.
Thanks for having us. I mean, this is one of the events that we always look forward to the most in town. Not just attending, but also, you know, being really thankful for you to having us out here.
Heck yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of people. Just like 73 of the best chefs around the world.
Well, thanks again, buddy.
Heck yeah.
Undoing
See you this
work.
weekend. Gumbo hack, follow me. Let's go.
Oh, is that row on the gumbo?
Shocker, it's amazing.
Evan, drop a raw oyster into that.
Oh, good call.
Good call. And all the juices. The gumbo, the rice, the oysters. Oh my god. That's the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. Oh, look at that! Yes! He takes it up another level.
Evans unite.
The gumboysters.
Ooh, that's got some heat coming off it. Is that turkey in the roll?
Creek stone dry aged strips, got some melted butter, big ass bone and ribeyes, crab boil. What I'm talking about.
Beautiful.
Hot Luck 2023, Uptown Sports Club. This is the chefs after party. We're here with the chefs. We're here with the homies. We just ate a bunch of really good seafood, a bunch of gumbo. Waiting. We're just like standing in this group watching Chris Shepard grill up a bunch of steaks and just, just kind of waiting to see what happens with that.
I shocked them.
Hands shocked?
And shocked? Oh my.
Sorry, here you go. Thank you.
Oh, big boy. Ooh.
Thanks again to the entire team at Hot Luck, the entire team at Franklin Barbecue and Uptown Sports Club, obviously Aaron Franklin, Audie. What an incredible event, especially this after party. Probably the best event I've ever been to. Just an incredible space at Uptown Sports Club. All these chefs cooking up all these amazing steaks. You got Chris Shepard on the open fire grill. All you can eat, just oysters and seafood, a gumbo bar. We put roe on the gumbo. Hopefully, see you next year. Hot Luck 24.